Um, Great. So I saw you're already in the Discord.
Yeah.
And yeah, you've pretty much done everything up to this point correctly, so that's good. Just wanted to check all those boxes. What role are you applying for?
What role? I think art.
Art?
That was one of the questions I was gonna have. When I applied for the I think it's the artistic creative bout.
Hmm.
Um, I wasn't sure like what kind of things you could make for that, but is it art and animation? Because I'm an animator as well.
Yeah, interesting. So I just got this question with the last person I talked to, and
Okay.
it's yeah, the answer I gave them was if you plan on or if you want to just animate assets, I think the team bout is for you. But if you wanted to actually like draw and animate a character, um, that would be in the artist bout. Um, and I
Okay.
don't think you necessarily have to animate the character, um, but definitely like the more detail, the better. And so I would say animation is definitely the next level of detail.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Um, cool. So can you tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got started in animating?
Well, I just recently graduated from Pennsylvania College of Art and Design. I pretty much have a generalist's experience. The program at PCAD, when I went through it, was very, very generalized, but they really seemed to push us most toward animation, specifically 3D animation. But I kind of took it upon myself to learn some 2D. I took 2D animation classes, and I also completed a mentorship with an artist and animator in Colorado for Backflip Studios to do some sort of puppet 2D animation as well. So
Cool. What is that like?
it was so fun. I love doing it. I actually recently started animating the second character. I ended up making one character where I did like 3 different like animation cycles that might be used for like a game, but it's very it worked. She showed me like what she did, which was for a mobile game,
Uh-huh.
and it works in that sense, like for that like setting. But it's still really really cool and really fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And you said it's like puppet like?
Yeah, it's very puppet like. It's interesting because they make these like 2D assets and they bring them into Maya and give them a like pivot point, and you pretty much animate on like these flat it looks like you're animating this flat 3D piece of paper in Maya in this program. It's really cute. I enjoyed it.
That's neat. Where in Pennsylvania is PCAD?
It's in Lancaster actually.
Oh, okay. Not too far.
Yeah,
Where
which I thought was really cool that I saw the are you guys like an official studio that it was based in Philly? I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's pretty
exactly.
close.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Cool. So um I'd like to tell you a little bit about the game and the workshop.
Okay.
But first I will tell you a little bit about myself and what our kind of goal is. And then I'd like to get an idea of what you already know about the game
Okay.
in the workshop. So essentially, DVNC Tech is the studio making the game and also running the 2 different communities. So as you might know, there's the Monochrome Workshop lobby,
Hmm.
and then there's the Monochrome Workshop, and those are 2 separate discords. Um, and so right now, we're in the lobby, we're doing like the creative bout and just really like facilitating people being able to like come together in this community and while they're waiting to hear from us, maybe find other people with projects that need to be worked on, or things of that nature. And so myself, I'm the lead developer on the Monochrome RPG. And I also do some of the music direction in the workshop. And yeah, so have you gotten a chance to play the demo of the game?
I have not gotten a chance myself. I've watched some of the gameplay. I don't know if I missed the window to get it for free, to download it and play it for free, but
Yeah, no, it
I,
should still be available. But watching the video is a good place to start.
yeah.
Uh,
I saw that it's just like it's kind of like a name your own price thing. Like it wouldn't be, it'd be inexpensive for me to
yeah,
to
you
me to
can
play
even
it.
name your own price at $0.00. So you're good
Oh,
there.
oh,
Yeah.
oh,
um,
okay.
yeah, especially with the demo that we have. I think the name your own price might be for the pre-orders. I'm not sure, but the demo
Oh,
we definitely wanted available for everyone for free. And
okay.
then right now we're in the process of working on the updated battle system. So the battle system you might have seen in the video is going to be totally different, where that like selecting a joke and getting a punchline, that is really now only one aspect of the battle system.
Okay.
And it's just the final thing you do to convince your opponent to join your side. Uh, and then in the meantime, while you're trying to get them to that point where you can successfully entertain them, you're doing other kind of stage tricks, different like performance techniques, stunt combat, playing an instrument, things of that nature, all to kind of get the opponent to like you more, and then you can do that kind of finishing move to convince them to join your team.
Aw.
Um,
Okay, that's awesome. I think I was in one of the Q&As where they were where you guys were talking a little bit about that.
yeah. So yeah, we really want to emphasize this idea of empathy over violence,
Hmm.
and also throughout the game, Otto, the main character, will learn about kind of the benefits of being close to your community, and so that's another aspect that we want to bring to the workshop. So can you tell me a little bit about what you already know about the workshop?
The workshop being
Uh,
good.
yeah, it's the next step after this lobby. Is yeah, after the interviews, we'll start kind of onboarding people into the workshop.
Oh, okay. So I would say almost nothing because I wasn't sure. I wasn't aware that the monochrome lobby and the monochrome workshop were two different things.
Yeah,
I noticed that I'd been getting like emails that kind of said two different things, that it might be lobby and sometimes it'd be workshop or
yeah, no problem. That's kind of the reason we have these one-on-ones. It's a little bit confusing, and we're still working on like
okay.
how to kind of make that more clear to people and the different pipelines.
Okay.
But essentially, yeah, the this interview is like, um, after this interview, we'll start onboarding people into the workshop, and then once you're in the workshop, you will be given contracts to do like for in your case to create a character or to create a piece of art and then animate it.
Okay.
Um, and so yeah, the idea is, you'll get a handful of deliverables in your first contract, and then once you submit those, you can get more. And uh, yeah, and then if you don't make it into the workshop after this first round, it is definitely encouraged to stay in the lobby and like keep doing things, because we do have other games that we want to get people to work on, and also like I mentioned, I think I mentioned, but anyway, we also want people to be able to like connect with each other and work on games separate from the monochrome.
Yeah, it seems to already be like a great little community. I'm not a
Yeah.
great Discord user. I'm not entirely I'm not entirely familiar with it yet, but I'm getting the hang of it.
Yeah, no, it's been a learning curve for me as well.
You mentioned about how the process will go with the workshop. So about getting contracts and needing to deliver, needing to give submit the deliverables.
Mhm.
Is there going to be like is there going to be deadlines for each of that, and what
Yeah.
those deadlines look like?
Yeah. So we're definitely very flexible with the deadlines, especially since we're working with so many people with different backgrounds and in different situations, especially now. Um, we're very flexible. So like, for instance, if you're making just like art assets that aren't animated,
Mhm.
I think we generally are giving out 5 assets in the first contract with like a 2-week deadline. But then, like I said, if 2 weeks comes by and you need more time, that's totally fine. Or if right up front you're going to need more time, that's also fine.
Okay. All right. Cool. If I had a question. Oh, okay. What kind of programs and like what kind of process do you kind of expect artists and I guess just like the art side of it, what kind of like programs and process do you have in
Yeah.
mind? Or just
So when we give you your contract, we give you a lot of like details about what the asset should look like. So we'll give you like the pixel size of the final deliverable, the line weight you should be using, and like a description of the asset itself. And then, yeah, you can create it pretty much using any software you'd like that you're comfortable with. We do recommend Adobe software because then it's just like, it's easy for us to explain how to do something, but we also do know other software. So yeah, it's really up to you.
Okay. So how does the like asset creation and like say somebody creates a character, how does that move then into 2D animation? Is that because I don't have a whole lot of experience. I've never made anything super polished and like very final. Any 2D animation I made was very principle,
Mm-hmm.
like to get the basic principles of animation in 2D form. So
Gotcha.
is that going to be done in Photoshop, for
Yeah.
example?
So I think I see what you're getting at, and I don't have a direct answer for you. I would refer you to Nickel in the
Okay.
Discord because he is the art director. And yeah, it would be good to like talk to him and
Okay.
tell
Okay.
him about like your skills. Um, but yeah, definitely, it's Nickel, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think I've seen him in the Discord.
yeah. Um,
Okay, and that's a more specific question that I'm sure can be taken care of later. But I was
yeah.
just very curious how like that process would
Yeah,
work.
the only answer I could give you right now is when you do join the main Monochrome workshop Discord, what we'll do is have you draw like a test asset with like 1 round of feedback and revision, just so that we know you're like on the right track with your initial like not animated drawing.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know whether or not we have people animating previously drawn things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Is that kind of what you were asking?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
understand
Okay.
what you're getting at. Awesome. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Um, so have you ever seen anything like the RPG or the workshop?
The Do you mean the game itself or
Yeah.
the yeah. I think I was in like I said, I was in a few of the Q&As and I heard it being related to Paper Mario and Cuphead, which I have like watched people play. I've never played them myself. It was usually just me watching my brothers play them. But
Nice.
I loved watching them play Cuphead. It was an insane little game.
Yeah.
Very cool.
What about like the workshop?
The workshop being
Yeah.
as far as
Like just having this kind of like crowdsourced community effort, I guess.
oh I love this honestly, which is why whenever I found the application, I thought, oh, this would be like a great opportunity. I would prefer to be on site with people. I like being in person, but obviously not the case for a lot of things right now. But
Yeah.
I love working with people. I was always told like, oh, you can freelance, and I always just wanted to find like a studio or like a community of people that I can talk to and communicate with. I loved working on my thesis. I had a partner. I made one of the best friends that I will ever have in my life doing that. So I adore working with people, and I'm really excited and really looking forward to it.
Awesome. So, yeah, I guess you kind of answered my next question, which was like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And it sounds like you want to work in a studio. Is that kind of like the gist of it?
Yeah, that's what I'm shooting for. I'm not going to like turn down any freelance opportunities that might come my way, especially when I'm just getting into the industry and trying to get experience under my belt. But I would definitely prefer to settle in a studio and to settle into a community that I can really thrive in.
Nice. And like, do you know where or like in what kind of area you'd like that to be?
I would prefer to stay in the area relatively close to my family so I can be able to visit them more regularly. But I, of course, would not turn down an opportunity to move to Florida or California because I know that's where a lot of the industry, like the hubs, are for the kind of things I want to
Yeah. Hopefully, we start a hub here in Philly.
do.
That's the goal. Cool. So, what kind of value do you see us providing towards your goal?
I again like I love the idea of the community and so many people working toward like this one goal to make this game happen. And I'm really trying to get experience under my belt, and the aesthetic of the game feels kind of like up the alley that I have wanted to like try to accomplish, at least with my animation, because it looks like something I've kind of done before, and it looks like something that I would definitely like to see myself doing in the future. Because I don't love 3D animation, I really want to try to dig into the 2D medium and like whatever is involved with that. I'm mostly a generalist, like I said. That's the kind of experience I have, and I like knowing how to do multiple things. I don't want to settle into like just one very specific thing that I do. I want to be able to understand and know how the entire um, project is working and how all the little gears are working and how everyone is working together.
Cool. Yeah. So, what are some of the challenges that you see working in the workshop?
Probably that it's not in person.
Mm.
Um, I think that's going to be the biggest hurdle for me because I am so social and I like to um, communicate with people in more ways than just through text and verbally. Um, I think that's going to be for sure, one of the biggest challenges for me.
Yeah, honestly, that is pretty much why I've had this learning curve with Discord. Is uh, I'm the same way. I definitely like being more social and like in-person interaction.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah. I think it can go. I think it has the potential to go so far with the tools and programs we have at our disposal. But it just makes such a difference being in person with people.
yeah. I definitely underestimated Discord at first. I will say though, like poke around a little bit, and you'll find some cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
Cool. So like if your challenge is this like social aspect or just like yeah, like what are some things we can do to better serve your need there?
I assume this would be a plan more whenever the workshop is more solidified and you get everybody who's going to be working on the project in there together. I like Zoom conferences or like the Google classrooms that I've had where I actually get to see people. I think putting a face to a name is pretty valuable, and I get to see like how I get to pick up on more communication, like how this person communicates if they speak with more of their body, and
Mhm.
I think that would be that would really help
Yeah,
that challenge that I would probably have.
cool. So now like um imagine that there's no limits to what we can do with the workshop. What are some things we could do that would totally exceed your expectations?
Oh my gosh. Just for it to the project and everything to take off. Like it seems small right now and it seems like we're just getting off the ground. For it to take off and to just have like this huge community of people eventually with a hub in Philly um,
Mm,
would be incredible to me.
nice. Yes, I love that answer. Cool. So I don't have any more questions for you, but do you have any questions for me?
I pretty much asked them through
Yeah.
which what the biggest one was like the design versus animation and how those will go, if there's any limits on programs. I did have a note. How would the team communication work later down the line whenever we get start like having contracts and handing stuff off to people? Will we be giving them to um, direct? Will everything be through Discord? I
Yeah,
guess
so
would be a good way to
that's a good
ask that.
question.
Okay.
So the way we've been doing it is we encourage posting drafts as frequently as possible, and then that way
Okay.
people in the Discord can give you feedback. The main Discord is broken up into kind of the art and music and the different sections. So
Okay.
yeah, you post it in like the section that it kind of belongs in, and then other people can give their
Awesome.
feedback.
Yeah,
But
to get feedback.
we also do have directors of each section and also some stagehands,
Okay.
which are just kind of like people within the community that um, have really like stepped up and taken on a more leadership role. Um,
Okay.
and so like if a director isn't around, the stagehands will provide feedback. But it's all through Discord, yeah.
Okay.
Except we do have an art meeting every Thursday night, I believe. No, Sunday night. And during that time, there's like a art feedback channel that will just scroll through and provide feedback on all the art in there.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I think, especially the reason I want to work with people is I love uh, getting feedback and giving feedback and being able to bounce ideas off other creatives. So I think that's awesome that that happens every week.
Yeah, no, it's been really fun to sit in, even as somebody who doesn't contribute to the art whatsoever. I just love sitting in on those and looking at the different art people are submitting.
Awesome.
Cool. Well,
Yes, I don't
it
think
was
I have any more questions.
yeah, it was great to get to talk to you, Maddie.
Good
Um,
to talk to you too.
so yeah, we'll definitely contact you as this round of interviews is wrapping up.
Okay.
So expect an email from us, and in the meantime, definitely check out the creative bout and any art specific questions you have. Feel free to ask Nick about.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. Bye
Bye bye.
bye.